What's going on, Legion? As you'll hear, like always, and I actually finally fixed my camera. Oh my god, it's just sometimes with this Logitech, sometimes there's a little box, and if it's checked, I digress. I just digress. It literally just kept resetting. I was whited out. You couldn't even see me. It was so bad. Anyways, we're gonna be checking out some Bill Burr, the Karen rant. So I don't know if it's this Karen. If I don't know if it comes up later. I actually don't know what the Karen rant is. I know the Karen thing is a thing, especially with the youth of today. I can say that now because I'm not one of them. And so yeah, let's just get into it, check it out, see what it's all about. Let's hope it's good. It's Bill Burr. It's always good. I legitimately think the only thing I've never liked from Bill Burr is when he does his driving around LA. And that's just because at the time when I watched it, I was just really not in the mood for that. I was in the mood for his 10 out of 10 comedy. It's probably what it was. If I was just chilling on the couch watching, it was on Netflix, I might watch that, sure. But when I was like, what's funny? Let's watch some Bill Burr. That's not what I was expecting. So that was the only reason. Just a disclaimer. I know there's a bunch of different clips in here. Also, my dog's going a little crazy today, so hopefully you don't hear that. I'm so sorry for that. He will not. I'm just going to turn my mic down. He will not actually shut up. He can't. There's something outside that. I think it's a cat. But I'm going to be pausing it periodically. I'm not going to try to do a whole bunch because there's multiple clips, and it's like 8 minutes long. I don't mind being claimed, but when it gets blocked worldwide, that's kind of like a little overkill, I think, in my opinion. So I'm going to try to help that along and not be a thing by, pausing every now and then. Especially if I think something's funny, I got something to say, I'm going to pause it for that. So I'm sorry, it's just kind of how YouTube is right now. So with that, again, let's just get into it.
And be funny.
Yeah, of course.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There's a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be fun.
Will you guys just fucking grow up and just sit down and write your own horse shit and come up with it?
I've seen
your
some
own
of these
fucking
before.
Show. Have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do shit for you. That's the fucking problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never fucking let me in. I'd start my own shit. You guys got to start your own shit. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own shit and quit your fucking whining. We're all eating a giant shit sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite
I'm an
part.
entrepreneur. I'm a white person.
The fuck up.
I'm a white
It
person.
Makes no difference whether you got a dick or a twat. All right? Just do what the fuck you want to do, and hopefully people respond to it. But this fucking horseshit of quotas and all of this crap become undeniable. Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're fucking doing that on a regular basis, people are going to notice regardless of what you have between your legs. Yep. All right? Thank you, and God bless the United States of Canada.
United States of what? Kansas? Is that what he was going to say? Is that where he was at? Ooh, he looks a little pudgy there. I mean, I can't really talk, but still, for Bill Burr, he looks a little big right there. Yeah. Maybe the whole video is him being a Karen rant because he's ranting. Maybe he's ranting about Karen. I don't freaking know. But it's Bill Burr.
Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected.
That's brutal.
Shut up.
I think this is the one that I haven't seen. This version, this quality. So I think I've seen the good version of this at a different show. And this also gives me a good chance to check out some of the comedy that I've actually watched other reactors check out and that I just purposely never did myself, because if I watch a reactor do it first, I'm not going to do it too. So there's a whole bunch of the earlier stuff that, not a whole bunch, but those the hot take ones where everybody was watching.
Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me guess, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Well, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And then goes, oh, I'm actually thinking it's kind of wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the f*** up. I need a plumber in this moment. I'll extend an olive branch here. All right, at some point, there's going to be the first female president, right? Exactly. Which means at that moment, you're going to have the first male first lady, right?
Yeah.
And when that happens, that dude needs to shut his trap. I don't want to hear a word out of him. I want to hear from the president. You, sir, go do some first lady stuff, all right? Go get yourself some gloves that go up to your elbows. Smile and nod during speeches.
It's a sad day.
Go put your own flair, redecorating the White House, right?
Well, she's gonna do it too.
Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there, holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls?
I keep forgetting it's louder here than
it's
it is for you.
It blew my mind. It's like,
Sorry.
why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I gonna do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up a phone, call some Navy SEALs and solve it. What am I gonna do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring him back. Oh, it's unreal.
It's unreal.
I'll tell you what.
Now I'm excited to be here. I am. It's very exciting to be doing stand-up outside of my own country.
I think I've heard this one.
Yeah. No, not because of you. That's how it's become. Fucking U.S. Everything's so goddamn. Every fucking joke you tell. Well, what did you mean about that? I didn't go to the gym today. Are you calling me fat? I feel fucking triggered.
I hate that word now, triggered.
Gotta fucking apologize to everybody. This is how screwed up my country is right now. You know Bryan Cranston, right? That dude did a movie. He played a quadriplegic, and people gave him shit. Being like, why is there an able-bodied person playing a quadriplegic?
That makes me mad.
It's because it's called acting, you dumb fuck. See, if he was a quadriplegic playing a quadriplegic, that's not acting.
Yeah,
that's just fucking laying there saying shit that someone else wrote. So tell us, what did you do to prepare for the role? Well, I dove headfirst into the shallow end of a pool when I was 23. I feel like I've been preparing for this role for my whole life. Right, what is up next for you? Well, they're gonna do a reboot of Top Gun. I'm gonna fly it with my plane, and the co-pilot's gonna be transgendered, so everybody will be happy. She won't die. Her discarded dick will block her head from the canopy. There'll be a gender-neutral bathroom on the plane. How fucking dumb is that? That's literally like watching a movie. Why didn't you have a murderer play a murderer? And how come the guy he shot, I saw him in another movie? I mean, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. It's just too real, man. It just makes snowflakes.
No, I don't know what it is.
Makes me so
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I think white women started it. It's the worst. The fucking worst. It's all they do is bitch, moan, and complain. I had no idea how difficult it was to be a white woman in the United States of America. Evidently, it's really difficult.
that real sincere laugh.
Do you have any idea what it's like to be me? Well, I imagine it would be slightly less awesome than my life.
That real laugh is great.
What happened to you today, sweetheart, huh? Did they not chill your rosé? You know? Was the trolley not running down at the mall? What happened?
So
no,
condescending.
I'm really fucking annoyed how white women have the fucking balls to throw my white privilege in my face. You know? Try to separate themselves from these white males with their white male privilege. It's like, bitch, you're sitting in the jacuzzi with me. The fuck are you talking about?
Fucking true. It's true.
Yeah, quit your fucking whining. Look, here's a little caveat here, so you don't think I'm a complete asshole right out of the gate. All right, if you fucking...
I actually forgot to pause for like the longest time there. I should have paused like way back here. Well, that's gonna be a thing. It's probably gonna get claimed now. I should have paused it like right there. Damn it. Yeah, it started at what? 4:12. I should have done it like 5. Missed out. The back over here, when he was talking about the Republican rant thing. Oh man, you saw some women in there that looked like they like lived in DC or like New York. They had like the overcoat. It was funny that he was kind of saying stuff like that, and those were the people. That's why they showed those women specifically, I guess. But that was pretty good.
If you live in some honey boo boo lifestyle on the Appalachian Trail, you know your uncle just banged you in the dirt. All right, I can listen to you.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, one of my fantasies is I want to drive by like a woman's rally and just say the most sexist shit I can think of, just to watch them lose their minds. You know, just drive by real slow and be like, yeah, why don't you get back in the kitchen where you belong?
I feel like it's a little light.
Just to look in the rearview mirror, watching them flipping out in the road, spinning around like Leatherface at the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like. Yeah, no, it's a very, I don't know, times are changing, I guess.
One of the things, like so I've heard this part of that before, pretty much this whole thing actually, and I always felt that was a little light. Get back in the kitchen, you know, like when I used to play like 10 years ago, right? Like it was different, you know. You didn't see a lot of, there was no Twitch, there was no girls on, you know, video games that you always got to see. But I had a few on my friends list, quite a few actually, like maybe a handful, 5-ish. And so, like, you know, 10 years ago, it's what, 20, no, not 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was like 2010-ish, let's just say. Not literally 10 years ago, but around 10 years ago. And, because I know it's 2020, 2010, yeah. And, oh my god, this dog. And I remember there's, whenever there would be some girls on not my friends list, people that I would randomly run into on Call of Duty, they were overly aggressive because they had to, I think, for a lot of people, prove themselves. There was a lot of guys out there that really gave them crap, that really said things that they believed that were super, whether it's sexist or just mean, or, you know, those guys that think that the joke is funny but it's not, and it's just kind of like stupid, or sexist or mean. And so I always ran into these women, at least I thought they were women. They always sounded a little heavy set. I don't know how that's a thing, but I just, that was my picture of them. Sometimes Southern, sometimes I felt like they lived in a house where their carpet was just disheveled and their entertainment center didn't really match the house. Like, that's the kind of voice they had, because they were just overly aggressive. And I never cared that women play games. I never cared if a woman beat me in the game. But it was so much fun. Like, I always went into things like that. Like, this whole story is just triggered from what Bill Burr just said, talking about women that are just at an 11 for no reason, pretty much, and you want to just drive by and just say, hey, you're being a fool, but say something that triggers them. Like my thing was, oh, it's really nice that your husband or whoever, your husband put a TV and an Xbox in the kitchen so you can play games in between making them sandwiches and stuff like that. That's the things that I would say to really trigger the women. And oh boy, did it work. I said all kinds of stuff. And I was never the first one. I was never the aggressor. I was always just like, I was always here. And I would run in and be like, I think people in my party would be like, oh, hey, what up, boo? What up, ma? Like, he was from Chicago and he's Mexican, so he said all that, you know, that shit. And, and instantly, anytime any guy on my friends or on my team would mention, hey, there's a girl on their team, boom, that was just their thumbs up to just open their mouths and just get real offended real quick. It was like a lot of people now are like, oh my god, the snowflake generation and the feminazi generation. Man, it's been going on for a long time before me, but it was definitely in early video games as well, especially in like the Call of Duty area. At least with Halo, you didn't have to hear a lot of that shit. But yeah, oh my god, it was brutal. And the best part was the more you riled them up, the worse they played. And the more you won and the more they got mad, and then you sink it in at the end. You're just like, like Bill Burr, just the talking shit in the face thing. He said UFC, but it was more like WWE is what I think he meant. And it was also really surprising. The more you made them mad, one or two of them over time, some of them would actually be really good, and you're like, what did I unleash? So yeah, that's just something that he made me think of with that whole ending, because I've heard the whole, why don't you get back in the kitchen and he drive away, and I've always felt that line was just so weak. That he said. I don't know why. Personally, I've always just felt that. But that's just a personal story from me being an asshole because it was funny. But yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, camera, for working. I look somewhat, not pale. I decided not to make myself, I could have made myself Trump orange. I didn't. And then I could have made myself just a little tanner. But I think this is just good. This looks natural. I'm not this... pretty light. Like this is actually more natural to me with the light actually hitting it. Kind of. This is ish. Yeah, that right there. That's about how white I am. I work in the sun sometimes, so I got somewhat of a... I'm not pasty anymore, it feels good. It feels good not to destroy the camera because it's so white that the lens is actually cracking every time I turn it on. Either way, this video's gone on for a long time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Like the video, like the content. You can always like, subscribe, or share. Remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it, though. It does help me out in some way or another. If you want to discuss anything we talked about on this channel, on this video specifically, you can always leave a comment down below. Love to see and love to hear all the comments. Once again, my name is Azrael, and I'll see you in whatever video I'm doing next. Later, guys. If you want more Bill Burr, link it. I love Bill Burr. I'll try to hopefully it doesn't get blocked. That'd really suck. Either way, later.